Everyone, welcome to day 5 of the Financial Consciousness series. Today I will be talking about how to shift into your wealth consciousness. We talked about the layers, the things that you need to do, and yesterday we talked about the financial framework that you could use on your own. But I wanted to talk about, hey, how are you? I wanted to talk about how that looks, essentially, because I feel like a lot of people don't realize how life will look because you're stuck in it right now. And so with shifting into a wealth consciousness, you're not only your business, but your relationships and everything changes. And I'm going to share a few examples of how just working with me one-on-one, clients were able to improve their romantic partnerships, improve family dynamics, all of that. Because what happens with financial trauma, and here's the thing too, if you click the link in my bio and access all the videos from the series, the first video we talk about the symptoms of financial trauma. And one thing that one of my clients told me is that she recognized it in her mom. And then another weird thing is that my mom texted me and asked me, like, do I have financial trauma? Because I recognize these symptoms. And I was like, yes, Edith, you do. And so oftentimes our parents were navigating and raising us with this financial trauma. So we took on their trauma, intergenerational trauma. So financial trauma can be linked to intergenerational trauma. So realizing what your parents were going through, why you couldn't go to certain school trips, why you were the only student that didn't get to buy books at the book fair, why it seemed like your wants, the things that you wanted in your childhood, weren't important to them because they were in survival mode. So then once you realize that, you're kind of like, oh, okay, I get it. So it wasn't that I wasn't worthy. That realization, you then understand that it wasn't that you weren't worthy of those things as a child. It was just that they didn't see the possibilities. They didn't see the opportunities to get you those things. And so then your family dynamics heal because you no longer harbor that resentment. And then you heal really on the worthiness level because you no longer are linking your childhood and the things that you didn't have to you now. So that is true inner child healing, realizing that the things that happened or the things that you lacked as a child didn't mean that you didn't deserve them and doesn't mean that you don't deserve them now. So that is how you start to shift into this wealth consciousness with the healing and with the realization. So on Instagram, I'm on Instagram and TikTok again. I'm actually sharing slides if you want to hop over to my IG to see the slides if you're watching on TikTok. All right, so, oops. Every time I download this, my camera roll always like messes up the slide. So it's like, that's why I'm always looking like that in past videos. But this is day 5 of the Financial Consciousness series. So if you click the link in my bio, you can be directed to the other videos which are now live on YouTube, so you can just watch all of those and catch up, or you can stay live, or if you have to go now, you can still catch the replay Monday or catch up on the other videos of the weekend. So let's talk about how life looks once you shift into your wealth consciousness. And essentially, first you need to release any negativity, shame, and anxiety around money. So this way you can make more of it and you don't feel guilty doing it. A lot of my clients are the first people in their families to hit six figures, to hit multiple six figures and seven figures, to have this amount of money. And so with those beliefs that they grew up with, like money is the root of all evil, or they may experience some survivor's guilt because their parents, grandparents, or whatever don't have that money or weren't able to have that money. So this way, when you're able to release any of the negativity, shame, or anxiety around money, you actually can make more of it. And when you make more of it, you are able to share it with those family members. And you don't share it and the way, and a lot of times, like if you see people or watch movies, people, they say, I worked so hard to get to where I am now, and these people weren't here shooting with me at the gym. Or why did I say it so stiffly? I don't know. But you weren't with me shooting at the gym. You weren't here when I was doing all this work. So you also have some resentment. So when you let that go, when you let the negative emotions tied to money go, you feel more generous. So there isn't really any room for guilt. And when you are in the frequency of generosity, that just brings more money to you. So it's not like you spending money to get money. It's talking about you giving freely without any limitations, because you realize how limitless your income capabilities are. And that is a whole new level of wealth consciousness. It's no longer about having the money now. It's just knowing that money is always there and available to you whenever you need it. And money is always available to you for you to give it and share it with the people that you want to in your life. So then after you do that, once you shift into this wealth consciousness, then you'll start to feel more confidence asking for what you want and going after what you truly desire in business and everywhere else. It's like if you stop accepting any old type of client, if you stop accepting any old type of customers, that actually applies to romantic partnerships, friendships, everything. Like you no longer are available for the bare minimum. You see what you want and you go after it and what you truly desire. So the issue of procrastination or limitations or motivation, those are actually myths. Okay, when we look at the past during the evolution of humans, do you think that we were worried about being motivated? No, you need to eat, you need to survive. So you focus on survival. You don't need motivation because you're focused on survival. You're not procrastinated because you need to hunt, gather, do whatever so you can feed your family and yourself. So those things were survival. So now with motivation, procrastination, all of that stuff comes into play in the modern world because we've moved past just survival. But now we are going towards thriving versus survival. So that's where procrastination, motivation comes in. But the thing with procrastination and motivation, oftentimes they're linked to fear. And then there's another aspect where they're linked to your beliefs. You believe that you have to do certain things in your business or in your life because that's what people told you to, or that's what you just think. You're like, hey, I'm in my 30s, so now I should look to settle down. Oh, hey, I'm in my 20s, I should be making six figures already. Like, where do those beliefs come from? Where do these ideas come from? They're not really yours. So that's why you need to muster up the motivation. That's why you procrastinate, because you really deep down don't care about this. So when you shift into a wealth consciousness, you start to feel confident in going after the things that you want. And when you start going after things that you actually want, Motivation and procrastination aren't an issue because you want this. So you just focus on it and you do it because you want it. And with people that are diagnosed with ADHD, oftentimes I notice with my executive dysfunction, it was tied to when I was working 9 to 5, or it was tied to when I was running businesses that I really didn't like. I didn't enjoy running those businesses in the past. But when it comes to running this particular business, I love what I do. It's linked to my purpose. So when you're someone that is diagnosed with ADHD, you need more than just money. You need to be going after something that you truly, truly want. That you truly, truly, because it's like, I realized that I wasn't just hyper fixating on hypnotherapy. This was my purpose. And I just do it now. I'll take breaks and stuff, but I just do it. This is what I want, so I just do it. And it can really be that simple. And then one thing about ADHD, it taught me that we are all in a way masking. All of us are masking. All of us are doing things and behaving in ways because we feel like that's what we're supposed to be doing. And so we are all trying to fit in to something that doesn't align with us anymore. So when you shift into this wealth consciousness, you have the courage and the confidence to really start to do the things that you want, and motivation and procrastination won't be an issue. Oops, that's the wrong one. Gosh. The slides are in different order, so bear with me. All right, the next one is you then start to reprogram your financial trauma responses so that you can easily start to attract, receive, and keep your money. Because a lot of people, if you're someone that does manifestation, you may be great at attracting money, but you always struggle to actually receive it and keep it. And that is linked to financial trauma responses. And you have emotional triggers, like when you go to the supermarket, no matter if you just got a sale, no matter if you just got a great new client, no matter how much the money is, when you swipe your card, you feel that anxiousness come back. You're like, wait, do I not have enough money? Like, oh no, like what if I don't get this back? When you shift into wealth consciousness, those feelings, when you spend money, when you receive money, when you attract money, they dissipate. You no longer have these strong emotional responses to money. You realize that money is just a tool, just like a wrench, just like a hammer. When you see a hammer, you're not, oh my God, a hammer. No, you'll start to, when you see dollar bills or you see euros, it should be the same feeling. And so all of this is designed to really be incorporated in your life. When you shift into this wealth consciousness, it's not about you doing mirror work. It's not about you doing affirmations. It's not about you having to do all of this conscious stuff. It's just your new way of being. Because if you've been trying to do money mindset work, if you've been meditating, if you've been doing Reiki, if you've been doing breath work, all of this stuff, and you're still having money, your business is still not where you want to be. You have to go deeper. You have to go deeper. And trust me, I've been there. I've done all the things. It's time to go deeper. And so that is the shift into this wealth consciousness. Oops. The next one is, my slides are just a mess today. Mercury in retrograde has been really grabbing my edges, snatching my edges this week. Mercury has her micro braids in, and but I've been pushing through it as a business owner. So I've been trying to be patient, calm, and just pushing through, because it hasn't really stopped the ball from rolling. It's just made it a lot more difficult. So bear with me. So the next one is, you're able to love yourself deeply. And then you can watch as that love overflows into your relationships with everyone, from clients to colleagues to your family. It's all connected. Like, one thing a lot of people don't realize is that your attachment styles and relationship applies to friendships, clients and customers as well, even to posting. Like, do you go on social media, right? If, for example, if you have the anxious attachment type, do you go on social media and do you feel like commenting on someone's post to be like, this is such a good post, but then you're afraid to comment because you wonder if they're going to like it or if they're going to reply to you? And so you comment, and then you go about your business, but then you go back to see if they reply to you. And then you're sad because they didn't reply to you. And so you never comment again. Or you're like, that person hates me. I've been following them forever and they hate me. So, and it's just like an Instagram comment or a TikTok comment. And all of that applies to everything. Your clients, you get off a sales call and you're like, oh, they're not going to sign up. They didn't open the email, or they haven't paid the invoice yet. And you just start going into this spiral or this frenzy. And so all of that is tied to you loving yourself deeply. And when you go into this deep, deep sense of love for yourself, you have so much more love to give. So you start to post because that's an expression of that love. You post because not just to get sales, you post because you want to help people. Like, this financial consciousness series is an act of love for me. Like, I have all this information, I have all this knowledge. Why don't I just compile it in a way that's digestible for you all to be able to, tap in whenever you need it? Free. It's on my YouTube. And that doesn't take anything away from me. I still receive clients this week. I still receive sales. I still pay my bills. I still got my hair did. It doesn't take anything away from me. And I don't feel like I have to tell you all that's on live to book with me now. Like, book with me now. If you guys don't book with me, I'm going to be really mad. No, because I did this out of love. So I post out of love. I do lives out of love. I don't worry about how many people are on my live anymore. I don't worry about how many people like my posts. I don't worry about how many times my friends or family ask me for money, because I have enough. And so when you shift into wealth consciousness, you start to really act from that place of love, and it comes back to you, or it never leaves you, really, because it's always surrounding you. It's always internal. Oops. And then the next one is feel safety. Safety. If you have been running your business for a while, or you started one business, or you are currently in the process of pivoting, or you recently experienced a financial loss in your business, you don't feel safe. You don't feel safe posting. You don't feel safe launching these products. You don't feel safe showing up and being seen, or becoming an expert in your field and doing the work that you truly want to do or are meant to do. One thing that I actually did shadow work on recently was sharing this knowledge, sharing what I have, because on Twitter, I just saw so many people stealing my content, and on Instagram too, and on TikTok. Someone took my post and made it their TikTok. They said it and they went viral. And then someone else took like my affirmations, changed one word, and then sent it out to a newsletter, and someone forwarded it to me. And then people always are sending me tweets and stuff that people post. And it's like, and it just made me feel like why I don't feel safe to post, because people are stealing my content. But then I realized that I'm not a content creator. Like, I create content, but I'm not a content creator. I'm a hypnotherapist and a trainer. So it's about my service and my transformation, not my content. My content isn't what really transforms my clients. Like, you all you ingest it and digest the content and make shifts. You can shift with my content, but the true transformation, the true growth comes from my services. So me understanding that and shifting into that, I started to feel safer sharing my content, because even if they are stealing it, as long as if they're sharing it, it's just more people are being helped, right? And I don't need to be referenced or anything like that. It would be nice to, but I don't need to be referenced, because I have actual clients who always refer to me, who always send me referrals. My business is really built on referrals. I know I guess I have a pretty good social media following, but most of my clients come from referrals. And so that made me feel safe and excited about showing up again, because I realized that I'm not my content. And then I'm a never-ending source. Like, I'm always going to have new content. But, they wait on me. I don't wait on them. So, thank you so much, Venus. Yes. You definitely need to focus on your purpose, the purpose of work, other than the result of money. Yes, stress eating happens too when you deal with finances. Oh, I'm so glad. Yes. Yeah, it hasn't been an easy one. I struggle with that. I know I have watchers, but I tell myself they are not me, and I'm the only one that provides my service the way I provide it. Yes, yeah. So, I experience these things, and it's like I walk the talk. Like, if I would not expect you to do this work if I haven't done it myself and receive results. My clients, over 400 hypnotherapy sessions, y'all. Like, everything that I share, my notebooks, everything, my notes in my files, like, everything. Like, I read a lot. I'm in school. I'm very educated, but for me, a lot of what I learned had to be modified in the real world. So that's why my content does hit the way it does, because it's based on application. And that's why you can get those shifts immediately with my content, because I don't like to post just to post. I post with purpose. I post out of love. I post to make sure that you receive something, the shift that you're seeking when you visit my page or when you visit my channels. These are, like, the content is a love letter to you all. So now I feel safe again and excited about showing up and being seen. So basically, these slides are everything that I did to shift into how. So if you see me now and you're like, wow, she's so confident, she's so chill, like, she's just really enjoying her life, just vibing. This is everything I did. Like, I'm telling you right now, like, this is everything that I'm telling you right now, and that I'm telling you the past week, and then next week is what I did to get there. So there is no secrets. All of it is here for you to access and do yourself. Okay. All right. Then once you're able to do this, you're then able to gain this razor sharp clarity on the vision for your business and life. So you always know what you're working towards. And then you also are able to say no more to things that are not in alignment. I wasted a lot of energy when I first started my particular practice, and in my other businesses, on opportunities and things that look like great opportunities, but in the long run, they really weren't ideal or helped me get closer to my vision. And that time and energy wasted kind of set me back. So now I'm able to be really firm with my boundaries. So a lot of people struggle with boundaries because they don't have this razor sharp clarity on their vision for their business. When you have this razor sharp clarity, it's easier to say no because you're busy looking ahead. You're like, that's what I'm going towards. Nope, nope. No, I don't want to do your damn summit. It's just like, no, no. It's like you just focus on your vision. You know what you need to do. And then also it helps you to tune out advice that doesn't apply to you. Because there's great business advice out there. But just because it's great business advice doesn't mean that it's advice that you need to take. Like maybe you don't need to network. Like maybe you just need to focus on getting your clients shifts. Like for me as someone, hey mom, my mom's on live on Instagram. But for me as someone with ADHD, it's like taking all this time to do small talk and networking. It just didn't sit right with me, and I had to do it when I was working in corporate, and that just took a lot of my energy that I could be putting into my methodology and my sessions, all of that. So I stopped trying to like chase people, network, do all that stuff, and I focused on getting my clients results. And guess what? Getting those clients results, my clients became my biggest cheerleaders. The impact that I made with them got the attention of bigger influencers or bigger business owners. So then they reached out to me. So doing the work, focusing on what you want to focus on in your business. Like if you do want to network as well, if you like networking and that's how that makes you feel energized, do that as well. Like there's no wrong way. It's just your way. So when you have this sharp clarity on the vision for your business, you know what you're available for and what works for you and what doesn't. And that saves you so much time. You trim the fat and you're just headed, you become like a missile towards your vision. You get there so much faster without all the baggage. And then you start to deeply believe you are worthy of the success, because you can tell, I think we all can pretty much tell when people really feel worthy of the success, embody that. So that's how you attract the right clients and opportunities effortlessly. I could tell you in the past how many bags I lost just because I didn't feel worthy. So there's a difference between clarity on your vision and saying no to certain things that don't align versus saying no to things because you don't feel like you deserve them. Like if someone came up to me 2 years ago and would be like, hey, we'd love for you to do a TED Talk, I would be like, what? And wouldn't reply to the email for like 2 weeks. And then by the time I would reply, they would be like, no, we already found someone. But now if someone was like, hey, we'd actually like you to do a TED Talk, I'd be like, all right, let's go. Tomorrow, right now. Where are the cameras? Cameras on, ready to go. So it's like when you start to have this deep belief in your worth and your success, you show up differently. Your energy's differently. And that's when you really start to attract the right clients and opportunities effortlessly, because you're being your true self. You don't have to fake it on your sessions. You don't have to fake it. Like every post that you post is authentic and congruent, because you don't have like you don't have this online persona. It's just you. You're being real. And then when you're not faking it or trying to be this person, you don't get tired easily by showing up. You can show up online, you can show up on lives easily because you're not faking it or having to prepare. And then you heal your financial past and trauma, process and release the limiting beliefs, the doubts, and the fears holding you back. So there is a list. It's like a list of the limiting beliefs, a list of the doubts that you have, the fears, all of that's holding you back and keeping you from really making the move, doing the thing that you really want. Because once you release those things, the path is clear. You realize your path is clear. Yeah, I can't solidify a concrete goal because I don't really want them. I have no goals backed by emotion. So when you don't, and it's okay, because there's one thing, certain human designs, if you Google human design and take the free test, like this is human design, something that I incorporate pre-session work so people kind of know their human design. So you understand what type of person you are, because some people don't need goals. Some people just kind of ride the flow and that'll take you where you need to be. So like, you don't have to set goals, you can really just vibe. So I recommend checking what your human design is and learning about it to see what really lights you up. It depends. The release is different for others, but usually it is an immediate shift. Yes, Jovian chart. If you Google Jovian chart, Jovian chart, and then you can get your human design. I'm a generator, so I don't do things. So I really don't do things that I don't want to do. Like, I just will. I'll turn off the live right now if if in the middle of the live I just don't want to do it, I will turn it off. So it's like, I'm not a human design expert, but when you submit the details, they usually have just an explanation. And then there's so many people on here on Instagram that if you search human design expert, they have a lot of those tools and information for you. I stay in my lane. Like, it's like I know my human design, and then when my clients tell me their human design, I can craft the specific hypnosis for them to make sure that it's something that lights them up. And so once you do that, then you are going to, that's where you get to, so all of that work, now you get to your reticular activating system. This is when you're able to activate your reticular activating system for abundance and create multiple financial flows. A lot of people feel like, oh, let's go straight to the reticular activating system. And now you'll see all these opportunities, you see all these things, but then you get overwhelmed. And so then you buy all these courses, you try all these different methods, you see all these business models, because you're looking for these opportunities, but you're not ready for them. And you don't have any clarity or direction as to which one is right. So if you are feeling that way now because you did a money candle or money manifestation and you're inundated with all this information, but you still don't know where to go or turn, that's because you didn't do the other processes before doing this. So you need that clarity, you need that balance, you need that clearing before you activate your reticular activating system for abundance. Because once you do that is when it's so much easier to attract these financial opportunities, and then receive them with ease, and then hold on to them without the fear of losing it. You don't lose the money anymore. The money that you took so much time to attract and receive, you now can actually benefit from it. And so that is essentially how you shift into your wealth consciousness. And for example, so for Flip the Switch Weekend. Flip the Switch Weekend is my group hypnosis experience. It's at the end of the month, and it's something that I created once again out of love, because I know that since I started to get more clients, now that I work with professional athletes, startup founders, all these people, and within Hollywood, my prices have gone up, yes, but my purpose has not changed. So I created these group hypnosis experiences for you all, so you can be able to get these shifts without that, price tag. And so and this is not like budget stuff. I put a lot of love in these programs. So it's 2 days where we spend resetting and reprogramming, right? So that's on the weekend. So that's a Saturday and Sunday in the afternoon. And we spend those 2 days resetting and reprogramming. And it's some deep work. And then that Monday, the following Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, is then we spend those 3 days with the activation and the attraction. Because I realized that it's not something you could cram into one group hypnosis session. So if you've had a group hypnosis experience, or you've been to a hypnotherapist, one of the things I saw when I was getting my certifications, and I've seen other people do it in their sessions, is they try to cram a lot into a session. So you are not really getting that deep shift that's necessary to create the transformation. So if you've been hypnotized, or you've tried to do it with someone, please don't count those YouTube videos as hypnotherapy, please, because I'm gonna share something on TikTok, because since I have subliminal sets and hypnotherapy brain training systems, I started to see this on my feed, and there are people out there that are teaching people how to set up YouTube channels with subliminals and meditations and hypnosis audios just to make money. They're just streams of income. These YouTube channels are just streams of income to people. They really don't care about your transformation or your psychological safety. So I'm just saying that. I'm not saying that as a hater or someone, like, that's why my subliminal sets are just $88. I make it very affordable so you can access something safe that is actually going to create a shift. But I just want you to know that those audios on YouTube are free for a reason. So it's like you wouldn't like pick up a sandwich on a public corner. So it's like, why are you allowing this public facing channel to have access to your subconscious mind? That's some access to your subconscious mind. I don't take that lightly. When people trust me with their subconscious, I do not take that lightly. You joining me on this live, you're actually granting me access to your subconscious mind. All the words, everything that I'm saying is going through your conscious mind and going to your subconscious mind, planting seeds for the future. Planting seeds. So me trying to shift your perspective, your belief system, all of that is happening right now. So think about the things that you watch, think about the things that you listen to, that you read. And if you check on my Instagram page on IGTV, I shared something about you don't even have to listen to subliminals to be affected by them. You can be trained simply with logos, pictures, colors as well. So your mind is super powerful, and so many people want access to it. So if, yes, I believe you asked me that yesterday. If you click the link in my bio, you can book the one-on-one session. It's on my website. I will be closing my one-on-one books to the public the end of this month. So this is the last month that you can book a one-on-one session with me. If this weekend you're not available to tune in, are recordings effective, or wait until you offer it again? Yes, so the recordings are effective. The way that I structured the group hypnosis, I want you to be able to tap into it whenever you need it. I don't want it to just be, so you can do this. So you can do this when you, every quarter, every month, you can flip the switch every month or every quarter. So the way that they're structured, the recordings are just as potent. And then there will be a set of audios, separate audios that you'll listen to as well. So it's not just the live portion, but you also get the recordings as well. So then with the Woke and Wealthy, we spend those 3 days doing the activation. And then I'm going to head out. So I'm going to share. So then another bonus, if you have been following me for a while, you're familiar with Sleep Your Way to 100K. So now that I've hit 7 figures in sales in my business, I've been able to do, so when I recorded Sleep Your Way to 100K, I hit 100K about 4 times. So I will not record something unless I have accessed that state. Okay? So that I will not record something unless I've accessed that state. A lot of people do, so that's what makes my my sets different. So I waited until I hit 500K multiple times before I recorded. I'm recording Sleep Your Way to 500K now. So Sleep Your Way to 500K is one of the bonuses. Sleep Your Way to 500K will be a separate program, but if you join this round, you will get access to Sleep Your Way to 500K. And so that is the financial consciousness, how you shift into wealth consciousness and just a system. If you are just tuning in, this replay will be available on YouTube, and all the other videos are available from this past week. I've been going live all week, and now they're all available on YouTube, the first 4 videos, and then this video should either be available tomorrow or Monday. So you can access everything. And Woke and Wealthy is my group hypnosis experience at the end of this month to help people activate and attract wealth, because a lot of people oftentimes forget the clearing and resetting before they go into the activation. So you can see just my background is in research. I've always liked to take things apart and see how they click. Of course, no worries. And take things apart and put them back and make it better. And that's essentially what I do with my clients' minds. And so when I created these group programs, hypnosis programs, I wanted to take into account the people that join. Also, the experience is pretty potent because you'll receive a questionnaire before. And so with this questionnaire, I'm able to use language that's specific to this particular group, plus general language, so everyone hits. One thing about hypnotherapy, if you're wondering if you are able to be hypnotized, everyone's able to go into trance. So yes, you can be hypnotized, but more people are difficult than others, and a lot of people can be difficult to go into trance. So I use different types of methods during a group hypnosis session to ensure that everyone goes into trance. And then with this trance, it's really speaking to your subconscious mind. Also, as someone that's been diagnosed with ADHD, I'm very, very aware of how our minds will just zone out. But as someone with ADHD, it makes it actually easier for you to feel the effects of hypnosis. Yeah. So, yep. So that is just like me nerding out on hypnotherapy with you at the end. But that's it for this week for the financial consciousness series. I will be back next week. So this week was foundational. Next week, we're diving deeper. I will be posting the schedule for next week on Mondays on my Instagram if you want to take a look at which days you want to come in. But all of the replays will be available on the Financial Consciousness series playlist on my YouTube channel. So it's nice and organized, ready for you to access whenever you're ready. And I hope you all have an amazing weekend and a happy Juneteenth. All right, thanks for joining me. Bye.